So you're a real estate agent and you've been told that you have to do more video content, but you've been trying it and it's not turning into appointments. So what we're going to talk about on today's video is the 4 different types of videos I think any real estate agent that's trying to build out a YouTube channel or just overall social media following should be focused on. These are the types of videos that actually help you book more face-to-face appointments offline. I don't care about views. I don't care about feeding your ego. I care about doing the types of videos that consumers are going to watch. And then when they're ready, they're going to reach out to you. This is attraction marketing. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you're willing to be consistent, I can promise you this will be an absolute game changer. So grab a pen or your phone if you want to take some notes. Let's go over the 4 different types of videos. The first type of video is the list video, okay? These are your top 10 lists. This is your best 5 list. This is your 5 reasons why it's great to live in this market. Or for one that I've done in Toronto, it's the 10 best condos in Toronto. That video is evergreen. It's over 20,000 views now. And I actually have people reaching out to me from my YouTube channel saying, hey, Tom, can you please put a list together of all the condos currently for sale in the buildings you think are the 10 best in the city? Because I want to buy in one of them, right? So it's helping you build authority. And you have to obviously know these buildings. You have to have your opinion on them and make it clear at the beginning of the video that it is strictly just your opinion, right? Because you're going to have people in the comments that aren't always going to agree with you, but that's totally fine. When I started making YouTube videos, it was in my tiny little condo and my audio sucked, my video quality sucked, but I put out a video that was called the 3 worst condos in Toronto. Now, I'm not saying you should be making a worst video, but I want to tell you what happened and how powerful this can be. That video took off and was well over 30,000 views on YouTube. And one of the 3 condos on that list didn't like it so much that they had a lawyer send me a cease and desist for that video. Now, I talked to my lawyer and I didn't actually have to do anything about it, but it's kind of interesting, like just how powerful your words can be if it gets out there. And it got to the point that they believed that my opinion was actually bringing down the value of their entire building. So I think you should focus more on the positive side of things. Talk about the 10 best restaurants in the area in which you sell in, the 5 best reasons why you should move to whatever market that you sell in. These list types of videos do very well long term. They're evergreen videos, and the beautiful thing is you can remake them every single year. And all you got to do when you remake the video is you put the same title and you just update the year beside it. So it gives you content ideas moving forward into the future. Go back, look what worked for you previously. These top 10, top 5 best reasons, 5 worst reasons to buy or sell in a certain market are really, really working. The second type of video you should be focusing on is the most obvious one, which is the market update video. But I don't mean record yourself just looking over and reading the stats, because that is boring. No one's going to watch it and it's not really entertaining for anybody. But these videos, which I do at least once a month on my channel, are massive for me. It shows people that I know what I'm talking about. I actually think as a real estate agent filming myself talking about the numbers every single month, I'm becoming better at my job, right? Even if nobody watched that video, I now know exactly what's going on a fundamental level of my market. But you can't just read the stats because that's boring. So here's a few things you want to do in your market update videos. You want to talk about real life situations. Obviously, leave out names and addresses and things like that, but tell the viewer what you're seeing on the ground level in your market. You showed a property last week and it had 14 offers on it, or you're noticing that the inventory levels are finally going up in a certain area that's really been tight on inventory for a long time. That's what the consumer is interested in. You have to tell them something that they can't just Google. You're the only person that would know this because you're actually living it. Something that's also been working really well for me for these market update videos is picking out a few different stats that they won't find anywhere else. So there's a few examples I can give you. The first one is price categories. So if you look at a certain class of real estate, let's say it's a detached property in a certain location, you can then break down in your monthly stats from the real estate board how many properties sold in different price ranges. So you can say, okay, if you're bringing out a property over $1 million in this certain area, well, only 12% of all the sales that have happened this year in that area are over $1 million. That's good information for a potential seller to know that their buyer pool is a little bit smaller. But if you're bringing out a condo property for $350,000 in a certain area, well, 70% of the sales happen under $400,000. That means you're dealing with a big portion of the market. This is the type of information that the consumer actually finds valuable, right? They can read the headlines anywhere. You got to break down the headlines, go behind the headlines, and tell them something that is actually interesting to hear. The third type of video is the news headline debunking videos. Now, these videos are beautiful if you want to grow your channel. They will get you tons of views. They will get you tons of comments, some extremely negative. They will get you a lot of people liking your videos. They'll help you build authority in the way that people are like, okay, there's other people watching this person talk as well. I'm not the only one here. But these videos are also an easy way to fall into a trap. It's a trap I've fallen into before. These videos will get more views than all your other videos, but they don't convert into appointments that often. Now, I don't think they hurt by doing them, and you have to kind of play the YouTube algorithm game by putting out these videos. And the way that we do it is we go into our local market, we go to Google, we type in our market, and we click the news category. We see what the headlines are. We use one of those headlines as the title of our video. And then how we break down the video is we tell them what we're going to talk about. Then we ask them to like and subscribe, and they can book an appointment with me below, and I'll go over the call to action before we finish this video. And then I'll basically just share my screen and I'll debunk this article, right? So a good example, there was a media outlet in my market that said that nobody was buying Toronto condos anymore, and the market had completely fallen off. So I showed the viewer the last 5 months of condo data. I showed them that per day, 64 condos were selling per day, and you can have some fun with this, right? Now, you don't want to make all your videos like this, but this will help build the overall audience that you have on your channel. Now let's talk about category number 4. This is my favorite category. It's the most time consuming, but I think this is the one that will get you the most amount of appointments. This is the long form educational guides. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I have a few examples on my channel right now that I'll link in the description you can check out. It is a 45-minute video on everything you need to know if you're buying a condo in my market in 2023. That video has got over 6,000 views. I've had tons of appointments from it. We've already sold 5 condos this year directly from that video. I know it because when people reach out to me, they're referencing that video. It's a comprehensive guide. Now, is it really, really boring if you're not interested in that subject? Yes. But if you're someone that falls into that niche category, that's something that you're going to sit there and you're going to watch a 45-minute video because it's going to teach you all the things you'll need to know. And you as a real estate agent, you already know all these things. Essentially what this video is a buyer consultation going over step by step all the things that buyers would need to know if they're buying a certain asset class in a certain community. But I'm just recording myself talking about it, and think about the leverage that you're giving yourself. This is basically a video sales letter, right? In the copywriting and advertising world, that's what you're doing with these videos. So you want to call them something along the lines of like the comprehensive guide to whatever it is, right? Or the ultimate guide to buying a house in this market in this year, right? And like we talked about with the other videos, you can make these again and again, year after year. These are time consuming. They'll take some time to make, but they are so good on evergreen content. And what's really cool with these videos, if you don't want to put in the time to build out a YouTube channel and do all the other types of videos, and you just want to focus on making 5 of these videos where they're minimum 30 minutes each, you can then use Google Ads. There's also an embedded ad platform now in YouTube as a YouTube member that you can basically boost posts, and it's going to show it to people that like your other content. It's crazy what they're doing. I think these work amazingly well. You're building trust, you're building authority, and you're showing people you know what you're talking about. Now, if you do all these videos, especially the long form educational ones, I can guarantee that you will get results. But there's also one thing you have to add in. You have to have a call to action. I don't mean be a super salesy person, right? Casually let the viewer know that if they'd like to book an appointment with you, they can go into the first link in the description and book a time with you that works for them. Now, I use Calendly for this. It's super easy. I'm sure there's other platforms you could use. This needs to be in every video. I know some people will say never ask, but I think at some point here you have to guide them that when they're ready to reach out to you. I'll hang out in the comments of this video if you have any questions at all. Guys, I promise this works. You got to put in the effort. But if you're looking to expand your business and your repeat and your referral is working really well, you have your strategic alliances, but you're trying to figure out how to bring new blood into your business, this is what you have to focus on. It's by far been our biggest lead stream in terms of new business. Last year, we did 27 transactions from it. This year, we're already over 15 and we're just getting into 2023. This stuff works and you should do it. Make sure to subscribe to the BAM YouTube channel by going down below and hitting that subscribe button. If you found this helpful, hit the like button. We'll talk soon. Bye.